Calamity James by Verity Langan.
Three stories spanning nearly a century intertwine to create a quirky biographical novel set in the historical Mineola Inn of Fox Lake, Illinois, known as the Lady of the Lake. Raised in a social dystopia, a young artist battles deeply rooted insecurities to find love, but along the way, she finds something more in this romantic dramedy of self-discovery based on a true story. Erin and Derek's wedding is fast approaching. A calamitous series of events, including hurtles, hostile in-laws, and a near-death experience, threaten to derail everything and drive a wedge between the bride and groom. Voices from the past collide with the present, causing Erin's world to be turned upside down, forcing her to face herself, her past, and her new future. These characters make up the first and main story that persists throughout the book. Erin, also known as Calamity, is the bride and main character who receives her nickname due to the unending cloud of chaos that follows her. She's shy, kind-hearted, painfully insecure, and embarrassed by her family. Derek, the groom, is a childhood friend and high school sweetheart of Erin. He's smart, smooth, outgoing, and generally loved by everyone who meets him. He comes from a seemingly perfect family that is affluent and well-educated. Laurel, the fiercely loyal tomboy that completes the trio of childhood friends. The three of them are inseparable. The oldest of 10 kids, she is tender-hearted but opinionated, sometimes to a fault, and always well-meaning. Dookie is the best man and close high school friend of Derek, the groom. Highly intelligent, but entirely lacking in common sense, he consistently has great ideas that land him and Derek in hot water. Bella is the older sister of Erin, the bride. She's tall and pretty and Erin's only sibling. Though they never got along as children, they bonded over surviving a traumatic childhood together. Kathy and Jim are Derek, the groom's, parents. Kathy has high standards and is the perfect homemaker. They are very close with their kids and run a tight ship, strictly adhering to their Irish Roman Catholic roots. Their family legacy is their greatest source of pride. Gabe is a schoolyard bully, an arch nemesis of young Erin. He's consistently cruel and unfortunately quick-witted, causing Erin more than her fair share of grief. Erin's parents, Julie and Lloyd, make up the second of 3 storylines that take place in the 1960s at the Mineola Inn, where Julie is a waitress. A chance meeting becomes a whirlwind romance, and the two fall in love, get married, and have 2 children shortly before getting divorced. Julie is bubbly and odd, and indulges her daughter's every idea as the most amazing thing. Lloyd is a hardened Vietnam vet who believes the greatest kindness to his daughters is to nip their dreams in the bud to spare them failure in future life. Lloyd is a trucker who raises the girls because he lives near extended family, and Julie has none to speak of. These characters persist into present day at the wedding. These characters make up the 3rd storyline in the book, and they lead all the way to the present day at Erin and Derek's wedding. Built in 1884 in Fox Lake, Illinois for Chicago statesmen, the Mineola became a hotel in 1891 and a playground for mobsters and their ladies. The hotel is set to be demolished and rebuilt in 2023 with echoes of the past displayed and preserved original artifacts. Viola is Erin's grandmother and Julie's mother. Dazzled by the fancy cars and suits, Vi grew up hanging around the marina in the Mineola. She later worked cleaning the hotel rooms and met her husband, a busboy, working in the bar in 1939. When Pete Jacks was a boy, his father purchased the Mineola Inn shortly after the mob sold it. He lived in it as a young boy, worked in it as a young man, and inherited it upon his father's passing, turning it into a wedding venue. Out of the way, Has-no! Gabe Thorntonberry sneered at Erin as he intentionally shouldered her things to the floor, kicking them several times on his way down the hall. This unfortunate moniker was a gift from Gabe that had stuck with Erin for years. On that awful first day of second grade, their teacher decided to make a game of guessing classmates' middle names. When Erin was forced to stand at the front of the class and introduce herself, a bolt of nerves shot through her. She hated being the center of attention, to the point that even birthday parties were painful, and her shyness made her a delicious target for the other kids. "Erin Friend. My name is Erin Friend, and I have a cat," she blurted awkwardly. She shifted from foot to foot, nervously kicking the back of one worn-through sneaker with the toe of the other. By the time Erin was given her hand-me-down shoes, the only way to keep wearing them was to wrap the toe in duct tape and place a row of thumbtacks in the sole along the ball of her foot. Her shoes made clicking noises as she walked, but the metal could withstand wear and tear better. Erin told the kids she liked the clicking noise, that she was going to be a tap dancer when she grew up, to disguise the embarrassment she felt over her tattered wardrobe. She never took a single lesson in tap dancing. There were a lot of things Erin never did. Not all of them were due to lack of money. Erin had suffered several hand-me-down parenting flaws by her single dad. When Erin told her father she wanted to be a ballerina, her dad said, "Well, ballerinas are tall and thin. You don't really have the body for it." When she had changed her mind, wanting to become a heart surgeon, he replied, "Well, surgeons have to be really smart and good at school, so maybe pick something else." He wasn't trying to hurt her. On the contrary, Lloyd was an honest, hard-working single father that had been raised not to dream too big, so he was just passing this lack of dreaming on to her, or trying to. What he really wanted was to protect her from having her big dreams crushed later in life, so he was simply nipping them in the bud. The one passion in Erin's life that she clung to was painting. She had found a yellowed scenery painting with a broken frame tossed out, and decided to paint over it, freshening up the colors. With each new attempt and subsequent unveiling, her father would simply reply, "Interesting. Well, don't quit your day job," and she would go back at it again. This tiny glow of a budding artist within Erin had nearly been snuffed out until the day she got curious about who her father really was behind closed doors. After rummaging through her father's room, she had discovered an old portfolio of gorgeous charcoal drawings done by Lloyd himself. How could an artist intentionally crush another artist, she thought? Their own flesh and blood. The answer was close behind. Because his father crushed him. His Depression-era, no-nonsense, World War II veteran father. She remembered her dad telling her once that they had never been close, that he never felt like his dad understood him. For the first time, she felt sorry for him. "All right, good. Now give us a clue what your middle name is," Erin's second-grade teacher prodded. "Has-no!" Gabe shouted victoriously. "Her middle name is Has-no. Get it? Erin has no friend." The eruption of laughter pierced through her chest like a barbed harpoon. "All right, that's enough," the teacher said rather apathetically. And then again she pushed. "Come on, Erin. Give us a clue." Erin was still reeling from the blow. All she could do was hide behind her security blanket textbook that she had raised up to cover her mouth. The teacher sighed with annoyance at her lack of answer. "All right, have a seat then."
Absolutely bursting with life and humor, color and flavor. It's like candy. Author and Professor Rebecca Meacham. A witty tale of misadventures and self-discovery. Copy editor Joan Friend. hilarious, and soulful. This unique and poignant story reverberates long after the final page is turned. Author George E. Arntz. A nice book to take a nap on. The Cat. Veteran artist, author, and poet Verity Langan writes without judgment. She has an effortless style, allowing readers to come to conclusions naturally. In her visual art, Verity paints and sculpts with vivid color which seeps into her storytelling, creating rich and vibrant settings, filling in the world of her characters with delicious detail. While serving in the army, she traveled to many places, absorbing bits and pieces of various cultures and weaving them into the tapestry of her own life experience. She has been a small business owner, an adventurer, and an adoptive mother of special needs kids.